Listen, huh? Listen. Okay, you heard it? All right. Now, why did I start my video with that? Okay, I'll tell you why. In today's video, I'll share with you some, not all, some of the challenges that you don't see while being a YouTube content creator. See, for most of you, when you get up or whenever you're free and you check your YouTube, you check the YouTube videos, and those of you who are my subscribers, which I appreciate, you check the videos every day. You see, oh yes, put 3 videos, yes, put 4 videos, fine. But what you're actually seeing there is the final product. It's after everything has been done and uploaded and finished. So you're looking at a final product and you're like, another video. Okay. Now, for people who are educated, you would know that putting up a YouTube video takes a little bit of effort. Okay. Some of you know that it takes 6 hours. Some of you know that it takes 12 hours. Okay. But what you do not may not be able to put into your head is the challenges that I have to go through every day, and every day is a new challenge. Now I'll give you a few incidents which happened in the last just 2 weeks. Okay, really, I mean, the incidents that drive me crazy. And this is what you do not know. This is what happens behind the scene. Now, you heard that noise, right? Of the, what I think you call that cicadas. I don't know. It's not cricket. It's cicadas. I don't know. Some insect name that makes that funny sound. I'll try to find its pronunciation or whatever. So, just imagine you're making a video. You're walking in the forest. Everything is quiet like this. All of a sudden, I don't know, every bloody insect on the planet wakes up. And all of a sudden, the whole bloody forest, it's like a fucking wave, man. It's like someone switched on the on switch and all of a sudden, all the insects are making noise. And I'll tell you, it becomes... see, for me personally, I can keep talking. But the problem is, when I upload the video, if the volume is not clear, people don't like to watch the video. And yes, there are softwares and there are applications where I can remove the background noise. But when I remove the background noise, it affects this noise also. Now, obviously, I can put a microphone here, I can put a microphone here. But then, the whole process will take longer. And it's not as simple as putting a microphone up here and here. I need to check the microphone, I need to test it, I need to make sure the settings are proper. And here's something you never think of. After putting the microphone, after testing everything, what if the microphone, something happens? What if it's not working? What if it doesn't pick up the signal properly? What if it's rubbing some object or the wind is not coming properly? I cannot, as I'm recording, I cannot listen to it. And after finishing recording, let's say 2 hours of walking and doing the content, and then I listen to it and realize, oh shit, the whole thing was messed up. So this is one challenge which people don't think of. The second thing which surprised me, which happened this last week, was now YouTube is going to tax YouTube creators' incomes for people who are not based in US. That means content creators from India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, UK, anyone who's outside USA would get taxed. And the tax is for your audience that watches it from US. Fortunately, in my case, I just have to pay like an average of $60 a month. Okay. However, $60 is not a small amount, you know. $60 is $60. So that was another blow. But just imagine, for people whose majority audience are from USA, it'll really mess up your head, man. Just think, whatever salary you're getting per month, all of a sudden they tax it and they take a part of your salary. It will bug you, right? So that's another one. In fact, a really big, not incident took place. I took my wife for a barbecue food. There's one video that I had planned to share. We eating in a barbecue restaurant. We had spoken to the owner. We planned out everything. We took the cameras and we made the recording. I changed the settings to make sure that it was crystal clear and sharp. And we spent 5 hours recording the session. Now, after spending 5 hours, came back home exhausted. And you know, when you shoot these videos, you're not actually going there to enjoy food. You're going there to capture those moments. So even though my wife would be enjoying food or my baby would be enjoying food, I'm not actually enjoying the food. I am completely stressed out, completely focused on the shooting, because end of the day, I need to upload this, right? So my mind is constantly thinking, okay, what does the audience want to see? What would the audience like to see? What would look good on camera? So my mind is always thinking about that. So after making the video for 5 hours, you know, 1.5 hour prep before the session, then you come back, you're exhausted. The next day, and this is along with speaking to clients, along with uploading daily videos. The next day when I put on the video, and hey, yeah, one more thing. I spoke to the owner. We had meetings with the owner. We spoke about it. We discussed the strategy. All this was done. Next day when I checked the video, lo and behold, the videos have not come out properly. Because you remember I told you I changed the settings. I just forgot to press one small thing in the setting, and that is the ultra boost for the shake. You know, the shaking. There's one feature in GoPro cameras where if you shake, it stabilizes. It's a stabilizer. I just forgotten to tap that. So now what I ended up with is a video that is shaking, and it, you know, I couldn't even watch it for a few seconds, not minutes. Even my wife, she was saying, I'm feeling pukish watching this. And nothing was clear, you know. You normally see, when you see something that's high definition, it's very clean and sharp, and the images are very like amazing. Here the images came seriously crap, man. I was so fucking upset. Just imagine 5 hours of work, 1.5 hour of prep, days of planning. Everything went down the drain. And then I was so upset, I told my wife, let's go to the owner and I'll apologize to the owner. And he had given us the food for free, you know. He said, no, it's on the house. You are talking about this on your social media. So I was like, okay, I appreciate. But I went there, I not only apologized, I said, please take the money. I request you take the money, because I'm just upset about the whole thing. The owner was kind enough, said, no, it's okay. When you do the shooting next time, you pay for the food. But the whole thing left me very upset, man. It just messed up my day. You know, it's like you make a video and you end up, you just don't know whether it'll come out well or not come out well. In fact, you'll be surprised to know there have been times where after making the video recording with my GoPro, when I go back home, this has happened once, only once. The video didn't come out. I don't know what happened. I don't know what the fuck is settings or. And I was like, what the fuck? Where's the video? And then here's something you don't consider. Have you noticed I walked down the slope here? Okay. See, this is a slope. Okay, it's going up. And this is going down. Now the going down part is easy. The going up part is not easy. Sometimes tough. Now obviously you'll ask, Lloyd, then why do you walk here? The reason I walk here is it's quiet. There are not many people walking around, running, shouting. You know, when I go through these other areas, if you observe closely, you'll notice sometimes, like I'm walking, you can see the background, and suddenly there's a cut, and then I'm in another place. Have you ever noticed that? I don't know if you have, but if you have, the reason why that happens is because when I was walking, either somebody was making noise, or somebody was shouting, or even worse is when you have somebody playing some copyrighted music of some artist, and people have this habit of playing their music loudly. Like someone's house may be far off, but he's playing on a blaring loudspeakers. You might not know this, but if I were to post a video with music being heard at the background, which is copyrighted, the whole video might get demonetized, or it stops getting promoted on YouTube. So after doing all the effort, just imagine that segment. And even worse is when I'm talking, and sometimes I may not pay attention to that, either the music or the sound or whatever, and maybe I've said something so important that I have to reshoot the whole fucking video. In fact, that is not even as half irritating as the next point. And the next point is, this has happened 2 or 3 times. Thankfully, not every time. You know, when I walk, sometimes there are these people who see me on camera, they find it very amusing, they find it funny. They find it, hey, you know, this guy's gone mad, what the fuck is he doing? And then what they do is they walk with me. They walk with me, and it's so bloody irritating. I'm talking, they think I'm doing something for fun. I'm actually doing work. This is actually work for me. And they're like, hi, hello, hello, and jumping and walking, and I mean, it just drives you so fucking crazy, man. And you know, worst part is when you have these children who find it like, wow, this is something fun. Like one particular day, there was this one particular day, I think it was a Saturday, maybe because they had a holiday. These kids, 4 kids with a bike, they were following me, literally following me. And I tried to make the video, it didn't work out at all. They didn't stop for almost, I think, half an hour, 20 minutes. Finally, I got so fed up. I just put the camera down and I kept walking. They followed me for the next, I think, 45 minutes. They were just following me. I went up, so finally I got so pissed off, I said, okay, let me get them fed up once and for all. So what I did, I came here, I kept going up and down, up and down. It's difficult for them to go up and come down and go up and come down. Eventually they got bored and they left. And then after that, when I made the video, after a few days, when I saw them from afar, I went the opposite direction. So the reason why I go in all these remote places is because there should be no sound. Like right now, maybe you didn't hear any sound because it's at a distance. But when I go where those trees are, it's actually really comfortable walking there because it's flat. But the reason I come here is because there is no sound. So that's another headache. Then here's another thing which you don't think about. Sometimes when I want to do the video, either I'll get a client call, or which thankfully is the best thing because I get money. But then sometimes you get the lawyer wants to meet you, or the accountant wants to meet you, or there's a delivery guy, which obviously I can allocate my wife, but sometimes they want me to be there. Then sometimes my wife says, oh, we have to go out, we have to do this, we have to buy the medicines. So day-to-day, occurrences. And then the time of the day. So I think, okay, I'll make the video in the house. And when I think of making the video in the house, sometimes, you may not know this, but electricity sometimes just goes off. Sometimes electricity is off. Sometimes I'm making the video and the dog is barking loudly. Oh my goodness, I'm like, oh man, do I have to go through this? So, and then obviously the frame of mind and the mood swing. And see, overall, on an average, every single day, for these 3 to 4 videos that I post, I'm very sure a lot of you have given me suggestions. Change the venue, change the location, have some creative backdrop, do something creative, do something different, talk about restaurants. See, all these ideas, they sound very nice. The reason you can give these ideas is because you're not a content creator. For me, I need to not only keep the creative aspect in mind, I need to keep the feasibility. I need to focus on my target audience. I need to focus on the ROI per video. I mean, there are so many things, man. It is not just, oh, shoot the video, change the background. While you're giving me a suggestion for one video, I literally shoot 4 videos or 3 videos every single day. If you see my previous video where I spoke of, Cardi B and all that, that was one take, one single take, 54 minutes non-stop talking. So it all looks easy. And this is only the shooting, by the way. I've only spoken to you of the shooting. After the shooting is the editing. The editing, the sound effects, the lighting. And here's one more thing which you never consider. Do you know, when I post a video, I have to listen to my video every second, every minute. I have to listen to it. And if there's something that, fuck, I need to remove this. You know, there are so many times where I've said something which didn't come out properly or is not right. Why do you think I don't do live sessions? Because if you make a mistake or you say something that is not proper, you can get severely penalized by YouTube. The last thing you need is some major problem that will impact your livelihood. See, there are people who will download my videos, they will report my channel. You think people don't report my channel? Oh, every single day, somebody or another reports my channel. Racist, sexist, this, that, so many things. They don't think that a person's livelihood will get affected. For them, it's a game. They just think, oh, this is a video. It affects a person's... Just imagine if someone does something, not me, someone does something whereby you lose your job, you lose your monthly income, you're unemployed. See, in the YouTube world, what I'm building up is a snowball effect. It has taken years and years. If suppose my YouTube channel, something happens, I have to start from zero all over again. Zero. Let that sink in. It's like you, in your career, you have reached the position of a general manager and you lose your job and you have to start all over again as a junior clerk. Do you know how horrible that is? Oh, it can destroy a lot of people completely. There have been content creators who have committed suicide. So, people don't think. And why do you think people keep asking? Like my channel, subscribe. It sounds irritating, right? Like my channel, subscribe, comment. Why? Because if you don't do that, the channel doesn't get any mileage or leverage. And you know me, I don't like to ask. Like my channel, subscribe, and this and that. Fuck all that. You want to do it, you will do it. I mean, it feels so stupid here. And then finally, the title of the video, the thumbnail. Something you may not have considered. Do you know that sometimes I spend up to 45 minutes just to decide on the title of the video? People say, Eloy, don't put that number, put some flashy. No, it has to be in sync. The title, the description, the tags, the meta tags, the hashtags, everything has to match. And even you notice the thumbnails. Just go to my YouTube channel, check the thumbnails. Each and every thumbnail I have designed by Photoshop. It may not be the best in the world, but I design it from scratch. And while you might think that, oh, this guy has 5 million followers or 10 million subscribers. Like I saw this Khaleej Times article whereby this particular influencer or YouTube personality was traveling by Emirates Airlines. I checked how many followers he has. I think 2 million or 5 million or whatever. And every video of his gets over like 500,000 views. He is earning big money. He's in the big leagues. But for me, I'm just a small guy, man. And it's not like if you pay money, you'll get more followers. No, it doesn't work out that way. You can advertise and try to get more followers. It's not going to work that way. So end of the day, it's like each and every day, you know, I get 2 subscribers, 3 subscribers, 1 subscriber, sometimes 0 subscribers. So every subscriber is hard earned, you know. And some of you have asked me, what is the money that you make? What? For 12 to 14 hours a day, 12 to 14 hours, I make roughly around $1,000 on YouTube. Now it's going to be even more less. Just 1,000. And it's sometimes, what, 800 or 700. So you can hear the forest. So you have to turn now, because others will disturb. So overall, what I want to tell you is, see, the grass always looks green on the other side. People always think, oh, I want to be a YouTuber, I want to be a content creator. Oh, this guy, this small kids toy channel, he's making, he has 23 million subscribers. He makes 30 million annually. It's all a matter of luck, my friend. It's all a matter of luck. If your channel, you know, your channel is liked by all, or you gave a video or a topic that people like, and it matches your personality, you will get millions of subscribers or millions of views. But then again, you have to be relevant. You have to create content every single time. You can't just have, like, you know, Gangnam Style, 1 billion views, but that was his only call to fame. After that, he had one video with Snoop Dogg, I think Snoop Dogg, and then that was it. After that, he faded. And personally speaking, I prefer slow and steady success, because that keeps you grounded. You know, today I value my channel and my work much more than if I'd got easy money. And like they say, what comes easy goes easy. And yes, the challenge that every day, every single day, I have to come out with new topics. In fact, do you know that, see, I'll show you. See, I have my topics written out the night before. After doing all the work, I have to plan out what I'm going to speak on tomorrow, do some research. And yeah, one final bit, which you don't think. I have to delete all the previous videos, delete all the images, reset my system from zero. Otherwise, my system will slow down if I keep clogging up all the videos and images. You know, we just imagine, if you're not a creator, how many videos, how many documents, how many you know, how many things you save on your desktop. I have to clean the clutter. And last, if not the least, the money that I have to, not only me, content creators have to spend on the equipment. It is expensive, it is not cheap. And we have to maintain our stuff, you know. So overall, what I'm telling you is, being a YouTuber or a content creator is not that easy. Nothing in the world is easy. If anyone tells you, oh, you can be a successful entrepreneur or content creator or make money, 7-figure income on YouTube, you know, some people offer the course. It's all bullshit here. Just because one person got lucky, and it's luck, it's all about luck. You do not know which video or which topic will hit big time. That is why, you know, these uneducated means who do not know, who do not understand what is having a career on YouTube. They keep making fun. Ah, ha, 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 you have 50,000 followers. You're getting only 1,000 views. Well, what can I do if YouTube does not allow views to go beyond a certain point? Unless, of course, it becomes viral and the audience, the viewers, share it. Because if YouTube were to promote each and every channel, then how would they get ad revenue? They have to think like a businessman. That is why if you post any video on Facebook, you get very less views. You might get many views on Facebook, but you may not get on YouTube. And Facebook, there's very poor SEO, because it's not Google. And Google, things go slow and steady. So yeah, and then yeah, also ads. If a topic is like, you notice, I use bad words. I speak freely. Why do you think some content creator says, oh, the F word? Or because your video gets demonetized. You can't make money out of such videos. So there are so many things, man. There are so many things to think about. Being a YouTuber is not easy. Don't think that you can just become a YouTuber and famous and millions of views. And remember, what comes easy goes easy. And the more followers you have, more famous you become, more the headaches increase. And one last thing before I conclude. You notice every comment is liked. Every comment has my heart. Heart means I click on that heart. And I read every comment. I respond to every comment. It's a lot of work behind the scenes. To show, why I do that is to show the fans or the followers or whomsoever watches or whoever takes the trouble to comment. I respect you. Even if I agree, don't agree. Even when people give me bad words. So this is what being a content creator is. Not easy. Don't think it's easy. Nothing in the world is easy. I'm sure even your job is tough. It's very easy for someone to comment and say, yeah, you can do this, do that. And like, see, even right now, I've spoken for 27 minutes. You may not know this, but I'm tired. I finished my exercise. I'm tired. I want water to drink. I'm exhausted. My knee is paining. My back slightly aching holding the camera. This is part of the job. You can't talk about it and nobody fucking cares. So anyway, I'm not trying to gain your sympathy or pity, but I just want you to know that nothing in the world is easy. Nothing. And please don't look at exceptions to the rule. Oh, MKBHD has 1 million follower, 1 million views per video. Oh, this guy became a millionaire. Oh, he earns 30 million annually. It's like me saying, oh, Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. Jeff Bezos earned 1 billion. So I'll get into business. Exception to the rule doesn't become the standard. And we are talking of one in what, 8 billion or 9 billion people on the planet. Look at the odds. So I hope this video gave you some insight into the reality of a YouTube career, the challenges and struggles. And yes, money, end of the day, comes down to this. You don't make this, you can't survive. And let me tell you, I don't live and I don't depend on my YouTube revenue. Yes, a little bit of revenue does help. $700 a month or $800 a month for 14 hours of work, for 4 videos a day. $700. This is minus the work that I actually do and donations. Many of you said, oh Loy, why don't you get Patreon and all that? How much do I make in donations? On an average per month, $5, $10, sometimes $0 for months together. Yes, there have been some very generous people and I'm grateful to them, but they come once in a blue moon. Like this GoPro was sponsored by a really kind individual. So it's challenging, there are tough times. It's not just you make money. When you have a family to support, your future to take care of, future expenses, rent. I'm just like you, man. Only thing, my career path is different. So where you might be entertained with videos, my work is just like yours. One last thing. You notice I posted the video of this Zomato guy. This is the last example I'll give you. Zomato. I made the video fast. I uploaded it and then I realized YouTube was not uploading the video. It was showing it's under process. Can you believe I waited for 4 hours? 4 hours I'm sitting and waiting, which normally takes 15 minutes. 4 hours for the video to upload, and this is in the night. I created it at 11 o'clock, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 hours. 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm still waiting. I want to sleep, I'm tired. I even took a nap of 15-20 minutes because I was so exhausted. But I wanted to put up the video. Finally, I ended up chatting with YouTube support. And this went on for another half an hour. Finally, I switched on my computer. I republished the video. I changed the resolution. Finally, after 4 hours, it uploaded. So just imagine, I had to wait 4 hours just to upload that video. Why? Because it was a relevant topic. If I publish that video after 5 days after the incident is cooled down, nobody will fucking care. So, and nobody knows of the struggle I went through to put that video up. What you saw in the end was just the final product. Even my wife was saying, come on, go to sleep, you're tired, you're exhausted. Until you finish work, you can't, man. So anyway, what I'm trying to tell you through this video is, don't assume anyone's life is easy. There's nothing that is easy. Everything is tough. You can hear the dog barking. Sometimes I get dogs following me. So irritating. Anyway, guys, I just wanted you to know this because many of you think having a YouTube career is easy. It's a 24/7 job, 24/7. If you can be obsessed about it, if you can dedicate your entire day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, your whole life into thinking every day of a new content, into shooting a new content, into editing, into literally being full-time, then get into this. Because this is a creative space. This is not a mundane job where if you're in a bad mood or you're lazy, you can put it up. No. Every video has to be your best. The best of whatever you can do. There'll be hits and misses. But eventually, you'll figure out if you can sustain or not. So this is what I wanted to share with you guys. Let me know your thoughts. Anyway, this is life, man. Not easy. Alright, you guys take care. See, I've spoken for 33 minutes. Okay, chalo, yalla, bye.